Hey everyone, welcome back to Open. I'm Rhina Valentin, your hosty Café con Leche for the next hour, encouraging you to get social with us online. That is, tweet us and follow us on Instagram at BronxNet TV. And while you're there, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, FB, Insta Stories, and LinkedIn at Rhina Valentin. So, although we have flattened the curve with the spread of COVID-19, the pandemic continues to leave a major impact on children being forced to adjust to the new normal, dealing with socio isolation, anxiety, and many other socio emotional challenges. The I Raise Girls and Boys International Corporation is known for improving socio emotional well being for youth through programs created, including a petition to help the mental health stability of children during the pandemic. Joining us to tell us more, we welcome I Raise Girls and Boys International CEO and founder, Shanequa E. Moore. Hello, Shanequa, and welcome.
Hi, Rhina. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be with you all today.
We're excited to learn about all these programs you've created, and I would like to be the first to acknowledge you for knowing and understanding the importance of that aspect of our health being so crucial to feeling and being healthy as well. And our children, myself being a mom, I understand you also offer programs for the parents as well. However, starting with the children, based on the emergency and the circumstances in which they were just kind of like entrusted into acclimating, it has been really quite still a shock factor in adjusting to what we're considering the new normal. And what does that look like for them later in the future, which is what we're going to discuss today.
Yeah, thank you for asking that and for having this conversation. I think that sometimes we forget to talk about the social emotional well-being and the psychological well-being of our children, and what the new normal looks like. I think that we're all still trying to figure that out. But I do know that our children, we've served over 300 children during COVID-19, and our kids were mainly having a lot of issues with anxiety and with stress. We saw a rise of cases where kids were just really afraid. I mean, from the age of 8 years old, kids were just afraid to die going outside. And so, like, that pervading fear and anxiety that have been resonating with our kids during COVID-19, I don't know how long it's going to take for us to look for them to get past that, but we definitely do need services like these in place to help our kids along their journey to healing. And so the new normal, I think we're all trying to figure that out. We don't know yet. I know that the Department of Education has an entire task force that's trying to come up with some strategies to keeping our kids safe physically and also socially and emotionally.
So when you say you've serviced these kids that have been trying to overcome anxiety and this fear, what kind of services are we talking about, right? Because even at that level, we're still dealing virtually. So there's still a disconnect. So it's really challenging from a mental state of well-being.
Absolutely. It's really challenging, because again, we're human beings, so we thrive off of social connections, off of human touch. So the absence of that, it really is very challenging for our children. You have to think about it. Our kids were in school one day and the next day they were completely out of school.
Just like that.
It was an overnight thing. And so they were not prepared. They were not ready for this sudden change that were going to take place in their life. Right now, our kids are they're not in their classrooms. They're not with their peers. They're not able to go to, to Chuck E. Cheese and to Billy B's and to their favorite social places because of COVID-19. And so although we've been serving them virtually, there is the absence of that social connection that kids yearn for and that kids so desperately need. Through our programs, although we have not been providing in-person services because of complying with COVID-19 regulations, but we've been able to provide mental health services for children virtually. We've also been able to provide a lot of educational, and recreational activities for kids online Monday through Sunday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. We've been providing yoga and meditation. We've been providing visual arts, performing arts, music and production, Lego classes, tutoring, mentoring, and the list goes on. And although, again, we're not able to reach our kids physically, we have been able to reach their hearts. And we just had our art showcase last Saturday, and our kids were just giving their testimonials of how they have been touched by our program and how our program has really helped them get through COVID-19.
So, because you're offering this to communities that are in dire need of this kind of assistance, right? And there's a petition going around for the governor to understand the importance of these services. How do you qualify people to be? Is there a registration fee, or is it free? Is there a limited amount of kids that can register? Like, what are the age ranges? And then what are the different programs? Like, it's not that they sign up for each program. I mean, you named quite a few. So I was just wondering how you qualify the individuals for whatever program is recommended.
Sure, and thanks for that question. So we are open to any child in New York State that's in need of services between the ages of 4 and 19 years old. That's the only qualification. They don't need anything else other than to be a child between that age and to be residing in the state of New York. And there are a variety of programs, and we really leave that up to the parents because the parents know best what their kids need. And so what we do is we have an open application, and on that application we have a host of programs and services that our parents are able to select according to what they want their child to be in. And that really varies, again, depending on the child. And most of our parents, I would say, they register their kid for at least, I want to say, a minimum of 3 classes. And so that looks very different for every parent. But again, registration is open now. We just opened registration for our summer academy last night, and that starts July 5th. It runs all the way until August 28th. It is free. We do not charge for any services. It's a free service to the community. And so right now we are opening applications up to 500 children. So it is first come, first serve basis. We have a host of facilitators and teachers that are already ready to serve our kids. They have a curriculum that they follow throughout the summer, and they're excited. One of our new programs that we'll be offering literacy and creative writing, which we've not offered before. And we'll also be offering financial literacy for our kids, which is something that's really essential that our kids don't traditionally get. So we have a host of new programs, and it's free for our community as long as they fit that age 4 through 19 and they're located in New York State.
Wow, that's wonderful. That's amazing. And before we go, let's just share the parenting workshop that you're going to be offering for parents who are also dealing with becoming remote learning teachers. I know I'm one of them.
I'm one of them too, Rita. I have an 8-year-old daughter, and it's been so challenging for me. And that's why we understand what our parents are going through. And we've been there with our parents from day one, letting them know that we care and that we're there to support them. We've been running parent support groups every single Tuesday from 7 to 8:15 p.m., having wonderful discussions and dialogues with our parents, teaching them strategies to help them get through this difficult time. Our parents have been put in a role where they have become teachers, and most of them are working from home, and balancing that could be very hard, especially when you have more than one child. And so we understand the challenges. Our parent support group is ran by parents, so they understand what our parents are going through. And we just actually had our parent panel last week for parents that are raising kids of color, dealing with the difficulties and challenges that comes with. This summer, we're actually launching parent counseling. So for any parent that just needs extra help, just needs extra support or emotional help, we are here. We love our parents. We understand what they're going through, and it's open for them to register as long as they have a child enrolled in one of our programs. And then finally, we do have a hotline for parents. It is the number is 1-888 I raise 8. And any parent in New York State that's going through anything, we have a line of trained counselors ready to assist any parent who may just need additional support or additional help. They're on the line right now. If you call, it's 1-888 I raise 8. They're trained and licensed counselors, and our hotline is open from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and on Saturday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. 5 p.m. And that service is specifically for parents.
Beautiful. Wow. Thank you for the work that you're doing in servicing our next generation, Shanequa. And thank you for bringing it to our viewers today.
Thank you so much, Rhina. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Once again, you guys, for more resources, you can call 1-888 I raise 8 and be sure to visit their website, iraiseinc.org, for the summer programs. All right, we have to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll learn about a video premiere celebrating some of America's social justice heroes. Don't go anywhere.